okay, why is nutritional diversity diet so effective? And it is. No, it's not a charlatan, ridiculous science. And just think about it. If we didn't come from alien spaceships with spears and fire already, we would have eaten a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. There was no bowl of rice. Agriculture came after fire and hunting, right? And yes, I do say you need meat in your diet. We're omnivorous. Meat is the ultimate food. Organ meat, bone marrow, all bone broth, all of these products, brain, are essential to the human diet. The natural, optimal human diet. The symbiotic diet with us and nature, which also includes a little bit of this plant, a little bit of this plant, a little bit of this plant as the baseline. And cooking's good. We do cook. We are evolved beings, and cooked vegetables is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Diverse cooked vegetation is really the best thing we can do for ourselves with some uncooked diverse vegetation. Why does it work so well for us? It answers nutritional deficiencies that are created over long periods of time where our food spectrum is too narrow and we eat toxins, pesticides, different processed foods that aren't even food. So these contaminants will build up chunks. Protein powder will build up chunks, right? Different types of ingestions will cause blockages, will build up in the system, and it is those diverse plant physical fibers, those hard cruciferous food states that really broom the gut and activate the microbiome and get all that stuff out and give a nice run over, right? So a plant, up here, a bacteria or whatever, it's all different size versions of the same structure patterns, and what they build from strength-wise is resistance. And remember that the solution to pollution is dilution. And on that principle, plus the fact that you have this broad spectrum of optimizing, enhancing nutritional essences, by eating a large diversity, toxins are less effective. By having that diversity, that optimal format that nature is instructing to us, to our every kind of study, now 2 months of a 60 species, which is really half of the number that ecological observationists in the primate kingdom could see, right? And we get the right amount of hydration, which is much more than normal, and we get the right amount of mineral nutrition, which will come from this diverse dietary eating, including sodium, calcium, and potassium, right? The modern deficits. But you want to get some more sodium in there anyway to be optimal performance, and that is contrary to major science. But we'll look at major science at this 73% of humans are obese, of Americans, excuse me. Right? I never thought I would run into so much rubbish as a biologist, but studies everything, the PhDs that come out of the classrooms and know everything a bit about nature and know nothing about nature at the same time. Ego. People really need to pass their egos. It's a dynamic function. You wouldn't really think it would be that diet related, but you're going to have to pass your egos, and you're going to start listening to people who have overcome insanely difficult tasks and the insanely respective solutions that have been able to answer to those things. And I've cured stomach, I've watched this method cure every variety of mental and physical health disorder, and it should be explored as a healing performance recipe before any other thing. And in the gym, guys, I'm also heavily into fitness. There's a big conversation. There's a big steroids culture. There's a big chemical culture out there, right, in health. And, I don't really go to the doctor too much. I don't take any prescription medications at all. And I don't shoot steroids, and I'm right behind the guys with 50 pounds on me shooting steroids. And I want to be fight weight anyway. That's as strong as you can be for as light as you can be. I want to be adventurous in nature. I don't want to be gassed. I want to be able to cruise and adventure out here in this beautiful Panama jungle for days and days and days and swing the machete and the shovel. And that's all possible also because of this very important element to the diet concept, which modern diet is completely void of, and that's chlorophyll and the stack of other photosynthetic essences that are happening in the plant when it's connected to the ground, receiving the sun and going through its living electrical process. And from disconnecting a leaf from that, you got about 5 minutes until those chemicals dissipate. So to be living on the farm, that's right, to really do this, you'll have to likely move out to a farm, print some money. Hey, what's that? Vamos otra vez, pronto. Yeah, man. Ya estoy buscando un amigo allá en Estados Unidos, está buscando su boleto para venir ya. Él tiene un rojo Corvette. Se ve. Ya. Él ganar la plata y ya gastar la físico. Cool, ciao. So, a peace, harmony, and symbiosis with this biological world. We made a word called nutrition, but that's not the complete picture. And yes, you do need a diversity. Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. And mentally, physically, you're gonna have holes in your game if you're not at least doing this a couple months. I do it all the time. But definitely the reactions of 60 species for 60 days, it's undeniable in every case, in every category. Whether you just want to leg up and where you're already at, it makes perfect sense. There's no synthetic nutrition. I do supplements. I do athletic supplements. I do believe that there is a whole new manufacturing method and several stages of nutritional delivery that we can do that is better than what we're doing today. And we will get there. And that will be more naturally based than the synthetic stuff that we're doing today. But it can have a process. And even then, we'll be able to do some super serious concentrates, right? All over the place. But even then, you're never going to be as good as living on a diverse permaculture style farm. And when you're ready to go biodynamic, let me know. Permaculture, you should be able to get the hang of anyone, and get started now in your yard, in your home, in your living room. Aquaponics, it's another term you can look at, but support someone who's doing it near you and be an invested party in that situation. It's just another karmic responsibility. We cannot afford in any way, shape, or form to continue to support the modern agriculture machine, okay? We need to start diversifying that now. And we can, and we should. And there's plenty of, this can address homelessness. This can address on why is there not a department of ecology, of food reforestation, composting, all the different things. This private sector can slowly but surely take this in, but the cultural movement has to be that in recognition of the scientific real results, that we're going to be much healthier, we're going to live longer, we're going to have much more quality in our years, having much more diverse diets. And we can get you quickly up to speed with our coaching program. It's cheap, it's individualized, the community's growing, get involved. This is not a joke. And you can, there's plenty of naysayers that sit there and all this whatever. All right, but there's tons of scientific evidence and study, and I will put some links below this video so that you can continue to read exactly articles referencing that study and whatnot on the site. But I encourage you to join the community. We are getting things together. We're really trying to spark a worldwide, ecologically supportive, we are cultivating a spirit here, a dynamic spirit here, and I would venture to say that everyone involved with it will be blessed from every direction. Okay, so much love to you guys. Have an excellent day. And nutritional diversity is real. It is worth it. It does take some organization and some thought thinking, and we do need you to go directly to the farmer and get more from him and less from the grocery store, slowly but surely, and start cultivating your own stuff. All right, this is your responsibility, having seen this information. Let's go.